Hello, students. A very good morning to one and all. I hope that you all peoples are safe and healthy at your home, right? In the last lecture, I have started with the agricultural marketing. We have done the introduction part. We have done what are the essential things required for a good market. What are the problems faced by the agricultural marketing, or we can say what are the defect in the agricultural marketing, and what government have taken initiative they have taken to resolve the problems which are there in the agricultural marketing. We have seen this content, right? So today we will be moving ahead with the content, and the next content is the market infrastructure, right? What should be there in the market infrastructure? So to facilitate agricultural marketing, it is very essential to require a infrastructure. So what will be included in the infrastructure, we are going to see one by one. So the first point is the transport facilities. So we have to improve, or the agricultural sector has to improve the transport facilities in all the areas like railways, roadways, shipping, and airways, right? Through this improvement in the transportation facilities, now people will get an way. They will be very find convenient to any of the mode which they can select. Now after this, few villages have been changed. Few villages are linked with the road and the railways part, so that now they can do the transportation of their output very easily. And there has been some quantitative and qualitative changes in the transportation system over the period. So this is the first point for the market infrastructure. Second point is the warehouse. Warehouse is a very important in the agriculture sector, because due to this reason, farmers are forced to sell their output to their product at the lower price. So here, warehousing facilities are provided in village and town, so that the farmers can earn a good price or a better price, or they can earn a good profit through these facilities. They don't have to sell the output after the harvest. They can store their goods and wait for the correct time to sell the output in the market, their production in the market, right? So these two is the market infrastructure. The next one is construction of rural godown. There are more than 500 storage projects has been constructed, which has been established, right? This scheme is to help the farmers to store their commodities near their field and obtain a pledge loan and a market crediting from the banks. So this will help the farmers to store their production in the godowns. If they are not aware, if the warehouse is very far, now these godowns are very we can say in a very small distance from their land. So they can now have an option. If they don't want to go for the warehouses, they can go for the go down, and these go downs are specially made for the farmers to uh, especially for the farmers, so that they can produce their output or the productivity in the go down, so that they are not forced to sell after the harvest due to any of the reasons. I have explained you all the reasons in the before slides, right, in the introduction part. Next is the market infrastructure is establishing regulated market. It is one of the initiative taken by the government to remove the problems or the defect in the agricultural marketing. So they are going to establish regulated market for all major crops and areas. They are going to in this regulated market they are going to sell, or they have established this regulated market for the all the major crops and the areas. In at present there are 7,000 regulated markets in operation. They are providing services to both producers and the consumers or the customers, so that both should be benefited. No one in from both the parties, no party should be exploited by any of the persons, right? So they are going to establish regulated market. These facilities, this infrastructure should also be there in the market. Next, institutional finance. Now this institutional finance, they are going to provide loans through the credit cooperatives and the commercial bank at the very lower cost and in a very easy terms. What example, the formality should be less so that the farmers can come to the credit cooperative societies or the commercial banks for taking the loans, right? They should not force immediately, the farmers should not be forced immediately after the harvest for the less price or for the lower price. So they have to make sure that they are not going to force, they are not going to indirectly force to the farmers to sell their output in the market after the harvest. Clear with the market infrastructure. So these facilities will be provided in the market infrastructure. Next content is the market information. Now, what is market information? It is one of the most important area where both producer as well as the consumer, that is the farmers, has to know what exactly going on in the market. What is the current situation in the market? If I know the situation, if I know the knowledge about the market, then I know what price I should be fixing for my commodities. If I know what is the current situations, so then I can also matlab, be very practical with that, and I can just see when I have to sell my goods, when I don't have to sell my goods, right? It is one of the very, very, very important area in the agricultural marketing. So we are going to provide following facilities in the market information. What they have to obtain, the first one is the information is provided through mass media. Mass media is nothing but your different way of communicating. Now peoples are communicating through mobiles, through the different websites, through different apps in the mobile. Now जैसे पहले जैसी बात थी कि फेस टू फेस कम्युनिकेट करना, बात करना, पीपल आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन दिस. सो वी आर गोइंग टू प्रोवाइड इंफॉर्मेशन इन विच दे नीड. So the first here is we are going to provide them information related to market, what is the situation in the market, what are the price of the different commodities, different varieties of crop. So we are going to provide all that information through mass media regarding the price, regarding the what is there in the, yeah, what is the current situation in the market, regulated market information, everything will be displayed so that the farmers are saved from the possible cheating through the misinformation. Now, through this point, all farmers will be informed, all farmers will get the informations, right? Now, there will be less chances of misinformations from the from both the parties, from the farmer side also and from the market side also, right? The next one is the market survey. These market surveys are conducted to secure the information. What kind of information? Information about the various bottleneck for the competitive market. What is the, we can say, what is the level of competition in the market? Why people will buy only your product? So that kind of survey, what exactly problem is going on over there? Why there is so much difference in the quality? So they are going to find what are the various problems, we can say, right? And after we come to know what are the problems, we have to take certain remedies, we have to take certain action to remove that problems or to remove that obstacles, right? Here the thing is not only to understand what is the problem. Here we have to understand, if the problem is this, then what is the solution? In this market survey, we are going to find the problem, as well as with the problem we are going to find the solution, or we are going to make sure that a certain action or a certain uh, things is being done for that complaint or the problems, right? Then the third one will be the grinding and standardization. This part I have already explained you earlier points. पहले पॉइंट में आपको ये मैंने एक्सप्लेन कर दिया था, ग्रेडिंग एंड स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन. नाउ what they are saying, grading and standardization for agricultural commodities has been introduced. Why they have been introduced? Due to due to there are many reasons. They are not properly standardizing, they are not properly following the guidelines, they are not following proper rules and regulations in the market, right? So, and not proper weightage, not proper weight of the output, right? So they have introduced this. A large number of commodities are covered under the Agricultural Produce Act 1937. In this act, they have included a large number of commodities, different types of varieties of goods or crops, right? Now, the standard committees, through grading and stamping the seal of the agricultural marketing department, that is AGMARG. If this mark is there in the commodities, then the seller is secure about the quality of the product, because this mark shows that the quality of the product is good, because we have tested the output or the quality of the product. These give us the certification that you can just make a high price, you don't have to ensure about the quality, we have checked the quality. It's something like called a stamp, where as you see this stamp, then you are very secure about the quality of the product. Now just you have to make sure that you are going to get a better price for that product. It is very 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 important. It's a very 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 important point in all, in every point of your agricultural marketing, right? What they do to test the quality and brand the product with the egg mark, right? They test the qualities, as I have said earlier to you, and then they're going to certify that this product is of good quality. A central quality control laboratory at Nagpur and 8 regional laboratories in different region of the country has been established. There is not only one in the country. There are many religion, yeah, region, laboratories in the different region, right? So it is not compulsory that we have to just go there and do the part which is nearby to us. We can go there and do the testing of the quality of the output, right? Now, at present, through the electronic media, farmer can access market information continuously about what is going to be changed. The first point, this one through mass media. Now at present, farmers are very effective in the this mass media. Now they are getting information, right information about the market, what is there in the market, what is going on in the market, what is the current situation, what are the current price in the market, right? Through the market information, through the market infrastructure, the most important point over here is the marketing training, right? We have seen what kind of facility the market is going to provide or what infrastructure should be there in the market. The main important content over here is the market training. In this market training, to market or sell a goods or services, one must have a good knowledge and expertise of every aspects of marketing process. Here they are saying that marketing agricultural commodity is a process at any stage. Matlab, here we are saying that we have to give them training. We have to make them expert in the marketing process. What is marketing process? When we are uh, selecting the seeds, the qualities of seeds, when we are purchasing the seeds, right? That is the inputs till that goods are sell to the consumer. That all activities will be included in the marketing process, right? So farmer should know each and every stage. He should be very knowledgeable in each and every stage of cultivation, how to take seeds, what kind of qualities of seeds are there, or what kind of seeds are available in the market, and they have to train the manpower for that. In today's world, the reality is people are actually leaving the agricultural sector and coming to the service sector. Now the backbone has been shifted from agricultural to the service sector. In this, what is the main problem? Now, if the population in the agricultural sector is going to be decreased, then from if it is going to be decreased day by day, day by day, day by day, right? Then there will be a time where there will be no farmer in the country. Then again we have to go to the farmer to fulfill the basic necessity of the people, right? Next is marketing training involve following areas. In which areas they we have to train them? So we are going to looking that areas. So the first one is the marketing skill. First of all, marketing is a specialized function and it require a specific skills, right? Only for the marketing purpose. I have not explained about the marketing process for the agricultural or for the service sector. We am just saying that marketing is a specialized function and it required a specialized skills, right? Now there has to be a specific skill for both the purchase and selling of goods and services, right? If a person don't have that skill, he or she may not be able to sell the commodities, or he or she may not be able to purchase that commodities, right? So if we have these skills, if the farmers have these skills, now the chances of selling the goods will be more, right? So they can earn maximum profit. If by chance, if there is an absence of the skills, which skill? Marketing skill. Now each party will exploit each other. I'm going to for example, farmer is going to exploit the consumers or the sellers, or right, and other party will exploit the farmers. So we have to avoid that. So we have to provide skills to the farmers. Next one, acquiring information. Now, market information in respect of supply and demand change, leading to changes in the price, is essential for the marketing personnel. Here, information is required in respect of demand and supply. As we have seen in the 12th standard, demand and supply is a very, very, very important content in the economics. If these factors will determine the price of my commodities, right? If there is a huge demand in the market of my product, I'm going to sell at a very high rate so that I can earn maximum profit from that. So that for that demand, I have to do the supply, right? So if I'm going to understand this supply and demand change, that will change in the price, right? With the price, they are going to change in the export import of agricultural commodities. In this export and import of agricultural commodities, there is a change in the marketing strategy. Now we are required to train from where and how we can obtain all this information related to price, related to demand of the commodity, related to supply of the commodities, related to export and import of agricultural commodities. What will be the tariff rate, and up up to what quantity we can sell in the export part, and up to what quantity we can import the goods from the other countries, right? So we have to train that from where we will be getting all this information in a very correct manner through a proper channel. So we are going to train them. Next one is a liaison officers, right? Now, these officers are required to have a contact with the government officers. Now, these are going to have the contact with the government officers, leading traders, exporters, right? And the last one will be the importers. So they are going to have all these contacts to acquire all essential information connected to marketing, domestic trade, foreign trade. There is a difference between domestic trade and the foreign trade, as well as in the marketing. So they are going to have a contact with all these persons, like your government officers, leading traders, exporters, and the importers, so that we get all the information related to international or national or the marketing part of agricultural sector, right? This is very, very, very important information, because without this information I won't be able to export or import the goods in my country. Next one is the rules and regulations. Agriculture being the state subject, each state has its own rules and regulations, right? Has its own payment of fees and charges. I cannot say that they should be charges of warehouses till 200 to 500, right? So every state will charge their own fees and charges of the services which they are going to provide them, right? So interstate trade as well as export and import have their own condition to fulfill, right? Besides the each state, when I'm talking about interstate, right, that the trade between the two states, about the export and imports, they have certain condition which we have to fulfill. Without that we are not able to do any kind of trade, Eh, Here, training is required, is necessary to understand what is the procedure for that. So here the training will be given to the persons for how we are going to trade interstate, each state, and how why there is a difference in the charges. Because I said land is not the same in each situation, right? So this rules and regulation is one of the very important for the marketing training. Next one, again your grading and standardization. Again, I explained the same thing. It was the commodities was are grading their qualities. They're testing their qualities. What kind of qualities they are going to give to the what kind of qualities they are going to give in the market if there is a mark of egg mark, right? So these mark define that the product have a very good quality. They are giving you assurance that this product is very secure with the quality part. They can charge a very high price for that. For that, they should there should be there should be training of the person to carry out that quality standardization, right? So this was the marketing trainings, right? These are the areas where they have to be trained while doing agricultural marketing. The next one is Charan Singh National Institute of Agriculture. In India, we have this institution. Under this, there are several programs which was conducted by this institution, like we are going to teaching them research and consultant services. What these consultancy services are, they are going to provide them a free uh, advisors for the cultivation part, how to take a loan, what method should be there for how to take input, different types, right? So the first one is the teaching, research and the consultancy services. Next one is conducting training courses for the personnel involved in the agriculture activities. Now we are going to train them. We are going to provide the courses for them for the training of agricultural activities. But the course will be there how we can find the different methods of cultivation, right? How we are going to uh, do much improvement in the inputs. So we are not going to tell them the course regarding to how to do cultivation and all. What are the different methods through which we can improve the productivity of the agriculture? There are different activities in the agricultural part. So they are going to do. So they are going to conduct training for the persons who are involved in the agricultural activities. Next, they are going to provide training in the better management techniques in the area of agricultural marketing. They are going to train the people who are in the agriculture marketing for the proper management, what are the different techniques for the management. They are going to provide that kind of training to the people. And the last one is the programs in the agricultural marketing for effective implementation of the various marketing formalities. Now, they are going to schedule a program under agricultural marketing for the effective implementation of for marketing formalities. If they have some kind of formalities in the marketing, so they are going to implement it very effectively, efficiently, so that we can get a result in a very positive manner. I hope you are clear with this content, right? Now, as we see, the situation has been changed. In the earlier days, there was a barter system, right, among the villages. Now there is no barter system. Uh, the money has taken place between the barter system. Now barters we don't have to exchange goods in terms of goods. Now we can take goods in terms of money, right? And marketing is a very important skills for saying that we have the good quality of output and you can purchase our output rather than the other person. This quality is required for each and every person, right? We will move to the next part, that is marketing enabling environment. In this, in marketing enabling environment, this is the last content of this your agricultural marketing. In this, he explains that, or we are going to explain in this part, that any system to function effectively, any system to function effectively, it must have an enabling environment. It is saying that the environment should be eco-friendly, or the environment should be suitable to it. An enabling environment is a set of interrelated conditions, right? What he's saying, that it is a set of interrelated conditions like legal, organizational, fiscal, informational, political, and cultural. Here, the environment are the factors which are going to affect in the agriculture sector, that is directly or indirectly. So what he said, he just explained that factors in an environment manner. So here we are going to relate directly or indirectly, but that factor somewhere or the other affect the agricultural sector, right? So they have set as an interrelated conditions, right? So they can participate in that agricultural process in a very efficient manner, so that we can get maximum output from it. Next one, the process of agricultural marketing comprises the entire process, that is, from the production to the consumption, from the input which we are going to put in the land, that is the seeds, qualities of seeds, what kind of fertilizers we are going to use, what kind of pesticides we are going to use, what kind of technique we are going to use during the cultivation process, till the consumption, matlab the goods are in the hand of the consumers. So sorry students. Next, through production to the consumption, there are several factors they get involved for the effective functioning of the system. Besides this, there are many other factors which indirectly or directly involve in the functioning of the agricultural system, right? Next, we have to create enabling environment by all the players. Now we are going to see who all are the players for the enabling environment. What we have seen, there are several factors. So what are the factors we are going to see one by one? So the first one is the production factor. We have to have a sufficient and the quality of output, right? If there is a sufficient and the quality of output, for that we need to require input like good and appropriate soil, a proper water supply, proper seeds, proper fertilizers, and all the equipment required for the cultivation, right? If we need a proper production, we need a required inputs at the right time at the right place. So these are the few inputs. Next one is the transport. Second player is the transport. So to supply agricultural commodities to local or the other markets, we need transport facilities. We need transport systems, right? Like roadways, railways, waterways, every way should be available to us, so that we can give we can provide supply at the right time through the transportation facilities, right? Next one is the grading. We have to train the staff to test and grade the commodity so that the price can be charged according to the quality. First of all, we have to train the staff that how we are going to do testing, right? I can give an example for this grading part. Few years ago या कुछ साल पहले की बात है, in this advertising part there was a huge advertisement of your testing of land. Why they have focused the testing of land? Because I said every land have different soil, every land have different moisture in it. So as per the land, we are going to give them different strategies for the cultivation. So how to test that land, right? Where we can go for testing the land, or what are the things required for the testing of land. So we have to train the staff, that we have to tell farmers for this upgrading stuff, or how to improve the quality and how to test that commodities so that the farmers can get the best price for it. The example of grading is Agmark, AGMARK. Okay, that seal will reflect that it is one of the good quality of the commodities. The next player is the infrastructure. Besides transportation and communication, agricultural information is too important for the environment, right? It involves irrigation system, electricity supply, warehouses, local mandis or market, especially in the rural areas. So we required this infrastructure too for the better environment, right? Next player is the information. Price of agriculture commodities should be available to everyone, which is concerned through media or price display while sales. How I come to know that what is the price? So what they are going to do, as we have seen the notice board, so they are going to display a notice over there. They are going to write the commodities and the price against it. So that they display like that in Mondays or in the market, local markets, वो लोग ऐसे ही display करते हैं, or they can display through media, but not everyone is going to go with the media part. So there are farmers, they can go to the, so what they do is they upload the information in the two ways, in the media and non-media. In non-media, they are going to display everything in the market or in the display form in the market, right? Next one. The next player is the supply chain coordinators. Coordination. In order to avoid malpractices like black marketing, hoarding is nothing but hiding the commodities. For example, if a manufacturer or an agricultural farmer has produced 10,000 quantity of output, but he's showing that I have only produced 8,000 of quantities. So at that time, what should we do? So he or she is hiding the goods of 2,000. Why? Because he can or she can sell that goods later on when there is a huge demand in the market, right? So we have to stop them and charging the high prices, and they should be a transparent, legal, and the policy framework must be in a place, right? So we have to avoid that malpractices, and we have to give them a transparent legal policy framework so that they can be followed. Policy measures pertaining to agricultural land ownership and other related aspects like price policy, marketing reforms, and so on. So they are required to enacted by the government. Here the government has to take initiative in the policy measures which are related to the agricultural landowners, other related aspects, price policy, and the market reform. There is a trade policy that also include export and import for the agricultural commodities too. So we have to make sure that part also. So this was the sixth player of the enabling environment. Next one is the institutional system. This is the seventh player. Institutional system is comprising of finance, that is money, marketing, legal, administrative, and other supporting system to discharge their roles to support a good marketing system. Here, these institutional systems are comprises of different areas, right? Like money, how to do marketing, about the law, about the paperwork, and other supporting system, so that they can support a good marketing system in the market. Okay. The next one is the regulated system, your regulated market, which government have established for the farmers for the protection of their interest. To overlook the proper functioning of the market, regulatory institution like marketing regulated bodies must be established and made to work in an objective manner. So they have to work in a very objective manners, right? So these are the eight players of enabling environment, right, which are included in the production, which are included in the process of marketing. I hope you are clear with this content. So the recent development in agriculture marketing, I'm going to do in the next lecture because it's a very lengthy part. So if I'm going to start now, so it won't be able to complete. And if there is a gap between the explanation, you won't be able to understand. So today I will be winding over here that today we have learned about what are the marketing information, what facilities they are providing, what kind of facilities they are providing in the market, how the farmers are going to take information of the market, and last but not the least, enabling market, enabling environment, what are the interrelated conditions for the production or the marketing of the product in the agricultural sectors. And the last one, we have seen what are the who are the players in the enabling environment. So these were the eight players in the enabling environment. These players plays a very important role for an enabling environment to for the production process to work a system in a very efficient manner. I hope you are clear with this content. In the next content, we are going to the last content of the agricultural marketing, that is the recent development in the agricultural marketing. If you have any doubts, let me know so that I can clear your doubt. Thank you so much. Stay safe, stay healthy at your home. Thank you, students.